Hiya, everybody. I'm Colette. After a very long time of having any video of sorts, and this is my Halloween horror marathon thingy. So all every day I will try to do like a October video about horror movies. Anyway, that it's like a Imagine it like it's like a marathon of sorts. And I decided to it's like a project what I'm working on, like 30 horror movies or 31 horror movies per day, or franchise in one day, like Friday the 13th or whatever. But anyways, instead of watching any cult classics like The Shining, the Happy Bloody New Year or whatever, um, I decided to watch the Viking Olven or Viking Wolf, in as we English people call it, or Finnish people who doesn't want to speak English constantly. But the thing about the Olven is that obviously it came in 2022 in Netflix only as like a horror thriller Norwegian movie, and it stars Liv Mugianis as the main character. I've already forgot the names, but that's okay. Sometimes Liv Berg, Eli Rihani Mullichsburg. Sorry, Norwegians. As Dale Berg, the central character of this movie, also, but the main character is the Liv. So but the thing about the movie is that the plot is pretty simple for werewolf movies. We got girl who gets bitten by werewolf, and she is becoming slowly a werewolf. But obviously, people don't realize that. Not even herself doesn't even know that. But it's very awkward situations, like in school scene, where we see psychological horror, because we see how she's feeling. Her senses are sharpening and such. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a very awful thing to do, obviously. But the original werewolf from the wood forest is killed at one point in the movie. Sorry, it's spoilers. So obviously they think they killed the werewolf, but all of the in the hidden, it's Dale as the new werewolf. So obviously, the movie's plot is very predictable, but also it's like kind of fine because it's a werewolf movie. In a sense, also that it's a werewolf. You can't do like a much complicated movie than that. I'm like also kind of disappointed that I started this horror marathon thingy with very mid movie, because I honestly think this movie was kind of mid. It's not bad. It's not good. I just didn't care much about it. Like the effects and such are solid if they are handmade. Like obviously, if I find any information, I can always put them in the text here in the screen. But still, like I honestly didn't hate the movie. I was like going like very blindly into the movie because I never heard about it. I have seen like one YouTube short about the Dale's transformation into werewolf, and like that's about it. But yeah, it was like one of those movies which I was like, I have to experience this to myself to like actually watch it, and without like anyone saying like, "Oh, this movie's garbage" or something like that. No, 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 no. I went this with full blind. I never had expectations this movie to be good, but I never had also expectations for this movie to be good one either. So it's like very appropriate that it's kind of mid. It's like one of those movies which is like 5 out of 10 or 6 out of 10. But again, it's like not disrespectful for Norwegians or anything. Like it has nothing to do with that. I just didn't like the movie that much. Like the plot is predictable. Characters are bland as cardboard a bit. And the only good ones are what are giving good performances are Liv as the Berg, and then uh, Stul Björnhawk as Lars Brodin, and Dale Berg obviously also gives the very scary performance as a in Li. I mean, Li gives very scary performance, obviously, but it's not really scary either. It's just one of those performances which is like, obviously we like know about that and such that, and yeah, she's trying her best and such, like, but like, again, it's one of those situations in a movie that which I didn't care, but I didn't also hate. Like, again, it's a werewolf movie, so what else did I expect? Not much. I can still tell you that. But like, it's very like also very good movie in a way that if they like the all of the action scenes and such is well done and such. Yeah, but so the it's very like it's very bad, obviously. But obviously, if you couldn't tell by my speech, I'm tired. But because I'm doing this in 10 p.m. in the finish line, but still, like, again, I've tried my best. At one point in the movie, when Tail is in the boss, we can finally see her fully transformation, like slowly in the Tail. So it's like very the good scene. Like I actually like that CGI a bit. Like they could have like cut it off from the movie, the cutting off the hoodie, opening the hoodie and showing the belly side of the transformation. Like they could have like just cut that off, and the movie would have stayed the same. But it was like to me a kind of unnecessary. But also, if I have to like give a bit more criticism, is that uh, it's very like what's Jenny, Jenny, the Tail's sister Jenny, who's deaf and can't hear anything. So they have to like so it's very bad scene in the movie when suddenly all of a sudden Jenny knows that it's her sister. Like, how you do know it's your sister if it's a werewolf? But I'm getting ahead of myself. And the ending is also kind of questionable. Like, did they Liv kill her daughter or not? But yeah, so that we started with rough with this marathon with the Vikingulven. Again, I didn't hate this movie, but I didn't also like it. It's one of those movies. But I know at least there will be way better movies to review as this marathon is going on. Like I have big plans for it, but I'm Colette, and here in the end is going to come my own previews. And see you in the next video. Goodbye.